Welcome to The Afterwards, the podcast where grief gets messy, spirituality gets weird, and laughter and heartbreak hang out like two awkward exes at a party. I'm your host, Miley Navarro. If you're here because you're searching for a grief podcast that makes you feel less alone, or because somebody sent you this link and said, this bitch is unhinged, you've got to listen. Either way, I'm glad you're here. When I started this podcast, the project was meant to be a safe place for me to word vomit without anyone being able to tell me to be quiet, that I was being too much. I needed somewhere safe to be where I could process emotions out loud and without judgment. Somewhere to put all of my feelings without scaring off the few friends I have left. Because let's face it, when you're deep in grief, even the best people, the ones who love you the most, they just don't know what to do with you. They want you to, no, they need you to process your grief quietly. They need it to be out of sight and out of mind. It's too much for them. They want it to happen fast, faster than you're actually ready for. And then they expect you to emerge from the wreckage as this perfectly polished, enlightened version of yourself. Newsflash, it's not how grief works. Let's start with this. Grief is not a journey. I don't care what the motivational posters say. A journey sounds like something you plan for, like a vacation. You pack snacks. You know where you're going because you chose the destination. You map out stops along the way, and there's at least a sliver of hope that this trip is going to be enjoyable. Grief is none of that. It's more like being pushed out of an airplane without a parachute. You're landing in the ocean and you realize you don't even know how to swim. The impact knocks the wind out of you. The waves are crashing, they're relentless. You're flailing, choking, just trying to stay afloat. But somehow you survive. You resurface after the fall. Gasping for air, but you are alive. You're wondering if anyone else is drowning too. Well, guess what? You found one. Hi, I'm your fellow floater. And this podcast, it's our life raft. It might be duct taped, but it's a boat. For those of you who don't know me, and honestly, I envy you because knowing me can be exhausting. Here's a quick backstory. My son Kingston, who I called Bubby, passed away in July of 2024 after a 6-year battle with brain and spinal cancer. He was 9 years old. He passed away 11 days before his 10th birthday. 9. That's barely enough time to learn how to tie your shoes properly, let alone to live through more hell than most adults will ever know. Kingston was everything. And I know every mom says that, but in this case, it's not an exaggeration. It's true. He was this incredible mix of old soul wisdom and childlike magic. He could make you laugh until you peed your pants and then turn around and say something so profound that it could bring you to tears. He would leave you questioning your entire existence. Kingston loved claw machines, Michael Jordan, the Warriors, soccer, and Pokemon. Most importantly, he loved his people. He loved his family. He loved his little sister Zuma so much. He was her protector and best friend. Kingston was the glue that kept our family together. When Kingston passed away, I thought that it would destroy me. I mean, literally, really, how do you survive something like that? How do you survive the love of your life being gone? Just gone. And the world around you keeps spinning like nothing has happened. People, they'll check in on you. They'll go to lunch with you. They'll send texts. They'll listen to you complain about traffic and the weather. Meanwhile, you're standing there wondering, how is this my life now? How do you breathe without your person? The truth is, I didn't think I could. The thought of grief alone, I thought would swallow me whole. I thought that I would end up one of those ghost moms who stares at old photos all day and forgets to eat. But here's the thing I didn't expect. As much as losing Kingston broke me, and I mean, it shattered me, I felt like a shell of a person, and some days I still do. But it also cracked me wide open in ways I never imagined. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and give you some cliche speech about how grief has made me stronger, because it didn't. Or that everything happens for a reason, because it doesn't. Honestly, someone said that crap to me, and they said it to me right after he passed. I wanted to punch them in the face, gently, with love, but nonetheless, I was going to punch them and hard. What I will say is this. Grief changes you. It's like being thrown into a fire while it burns you alive. It forces you to figure out what the hell you're made of. And what I realized is that underneath the pain and the tears and the moments of rage, like the times you have to scream into a pillow and punch the shit out of your comforter because somebody suggests that it's time to do yoga, maybe you should move on. You don't move on. There's something else, though. There's peace. Not the peaceful dove on a cloud kind. It's much messier than that. It's more complicated than that. But it's real. It's the kind of peace that comes from knowing that Kingston is not really gone. He's not far away. I mean, he's not here in the way that I want him to be. Can't hug him. I can't hear him laugh in real time. But I know he's here. I feel him in the weirdest, most magical ways. Like when a tiny red car shows up out of nowhere, or when Justin Bieber's Ghost plays on shuffle exactly when I needed to hear it. Then there's bird poop, because of course, Kingston couldn't just send me signs like a normal angel. Nope, he's got to make you laugh and cry all at the same time. But that's what this podcast is going to be about. It'll be about the mess. It'll be about the magic. It'll be about the collateral beauty in all of it. It's about the ways that grief tears you apart and stitches you back together, just not quite the same. About love, loss, and how you find yourself in the wreckage. This will be about unspoken truths, the things that people are too afraid and too scared, or maybe just too polite to say out loud. For example, how annoying is it when somebody says, "I can't imagine your pain"? No shit, Karen. Of course you can't. And I honestly hope you never have to. This will be about hope, because even on the darkest days, there is something. Whether it's a memory, a sign, or the sound of Kingston's voice that no one else hears but me, I know it's real, and it reminds me why I'm here. Speaking of Kingston, I think it's time you hear from him, because this isn't just my story, it's his. It's the reason I'm still standing, that I'm still fighting, and that I'm still finding ways to laugh through the tears. So let's let Kingston set the tone for what's to come.